Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Marilyn, and talk about disappearing from Booktube. I disappeared last week, but for a good reason. I was in the emergency room because of heart palpitations, heart racing, and 3 days of no sleep at all. And that can do a number on you if you've ever experienced insomnia. It's like the worst thing, especially if you have an anxiety disorder. But I'm back. I checked out okay. There's nothing wrong with my heart, which is good. My labs came out great. And I had some time resting and watching a lot of YouTube videos. And there was a video that was circulating. And the first one I saw actually came from a good friend of mine, Jack, from Spread Book Joy, and her video was Confessions of a Joyfully Moody Booktuber. And if you haven't watched that video, it really made me think, especially about continuing and disappearing from Booktube like many Booktubers do. They disappear without a trace. And then I watched Shelley Swearingen, hope I'm saying your name right, a very prolific, articulate young woman who started about a year after I did, I think. And by the way, Jack is celebrating also 5 years, which I started 5 years ago. And I was watching her Booktube video, and basically it was why people disappear from Booktube sort of without without a goodbye, without anything. And I thought, and then I saw Kim from Middle of the Book March did a short video about the same thing. So it's been going around, and I'm late to the party, but like I said, I have a good reason. So I thought I would jot down some of their thoughts and how I would respond to them, having a different set of circumstances, being a much older woman. Okay. I think all three Booktubers that I watched, and I'm sure there's many more, put up excellent thesis, if you want to call it a thesis, on why people leave Booktube. And basically, it starts, and I'm going to quote, I think, Shelley, that when you start, you're very excited. There's so many things happening on Booktube. You want to FOMO, fear of missing out. You want to do everything. You want to read every book. You want to join every event. You want to watch everybody's Booktube video. And you go in, and some people get burned out. Some people stop thinking about their own channel, and they're just thinking about the new thing. What buddy read to read with, somebody to read with, or what event to participate in. And it gets all a little overwhelming. Now, when I started Booktube 5 years ago, like I said, I was 70. I did it on my 70th birthday, and my alter ego came out. And I'll either have a little video that was taken the day before I went into the hospital so, about and this wasn't for a video, this was just me acting on the street. And that's part of me, that's my alter ego. And when I started Booktube, that's the person of me that I wanted to present to Booktube. I wanted to be funny. I wanted to be entertaining, and that's part of me. I used to be an entertainer, but that got old for me. Someone once said that a comment, so unusual, like Cyndi Lauper without the talent. But I once had a little talent. But yeah, I changed. I evolved. And that's what, Shelley talked about, was evolution. That a lot of people stop, they stop doing Booktube because their lives start changing, and lives change. Nothing is stagnant. Everything is change. and maybe they got a job, maybe their parents got old and they had to be caretaker for them, or they had a child, or they got married, so many things can happen in life, or they got ill and they don't have as much energy as they used to. I can't say I don't have enough energy. That wasn't my problem, but I do have an anxiety disorder, and it had been dormant, and then it started acting up. And if anybody has experienced anxiety, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. That's how bad it is. And it's hard to explain to someone because they'll just say, stop worrying. And one of the events that I really enjoyed was doing Mental Health May with Kim of Middle of the Book March. And we might be doing it together in May if I don't disappear. And that's what I want to go into. How do we stop, if we enjoy this, and it's not easy for everyone, it's not easy for me, and life has evolved for me. For example, my partner in life, used to say my significant other, used to work at home, and now he goes out to work every day, and he's my producer, my editor. He does everything except what I'm doing right now. And by the way, when I was in the hospital, he was so supportive of me, and we're going to be celebrating 18 years together in November, and I'm just so lucky that I found him later in life, but it's never too late. But yes, things have changed for me in particular. And Jack from Spread Book Joy mentioned that we have a lot of things that we think we should do, the shoulds. I should have a lot of books, which I don't. I have more books than the average person, I think, but I don't have a whole wall full of books. I don't make a lot of, I don't do TBRs anymore. I don't buy new books very often because if anybody's following news of the United States, we have a government shutdown, and I'm losing a lot of my retirement benefits. So I can't buy new books. Also, I don't even go to the library that much anymore because of what has been going on. And I don't read that many print books anymore. I have a hand issue, I have an eye issue, and holding up the books, and I think I mentioned this. So I'm not going to should on myself, SHOULD, on myself, and say, I can't be a booktuber because I don't read regular books, though I have read a few print books lately. I put the book on top of the table, put on a big light, and I read. But I don't think that I have to be entertaining or move around in different spots or do vlogs, though I have enjoyed evolving in the sense that I do some shorts, and I feel that if I haven't made a video, I used to make 2 to 3 videos a week, and now I only make 1, if I'm lucky, if I'm healthy. And now I'll do a short, whatever it is. I haven't went out lately because of circumstances, so I'll read a poem. If it's like Victober, I was thinking of reading a Victorian poem, since I haven't read a Victorian book this month. And I used to really knock myself out. I have to read. I should read this amount of books. I should do Victober. I should do whatever. And one thing, I was a host of March Mystery Madness, and I had an injury and an illness in March that I had to back away from that this year. And that I really felt, because I love mysteries. I started reading mysteries and went on to other types of books. Well, I always read, in the middle of mysteries, I would always read nonfiction. I love nonfiction. Excuse me. I love Jane Austen. I love different kinds of books. But I wasn't that widely read as I am now. I didn't read translated fiction, for example. When I started Booktube, I thought that I had to be a certain way, and I don't feel that way anymore. But a lot of people leave Booktube, and Shelley mentioned this, because of the algorithm. Now, I have to admit that this whole year I haven't taken a big break, and yet my views are way down. My subscriber count was static for like a long time, and it just started edging up a little bit. You never know why. I should look at the YouTube studio more. I should, but I don't. So I will. I can say I should. I should, only because you find out a lot of the people who have commented, sometimes they get lost, and they'll comment on an older video and you won't see it until you really go on that part of YouTube, on the YouTube studio. So yeah, I could be a better booktuber. I could be, but should I be? And if I don't, does that make me, should I disappear? Should I just say it's not worth it because in 5 years I haven't made the 4,000 views that I need, even though I have more than 1,000 subscribers, to do things that would be more creative? No, I don't feel that way. I come here because I love reading, of course. I love my subscribers. I love the other booktubers that I've got to meet in person, and that's more of why I stay. But how should I evolve to be able to not disappear on Booktube? Now, some people disappear because of tragedy. We've lost a lot of booktubers, and I'm 75. So if I disappear suddenly, and I hope I don't, I hope that there will be someone who makes a Booktube video saying that I have left the planet. But I hope that's not going to be for many years. I don't plan to leave anytime soon. And the doctor gave me a lot of confidence that I won't. So that's good. But I think that we become discouraged. Shelley mentioned that we shouldn't feel less than because we're not a big booktuber, or we don't have a lot of subscribers. But Kim mentions that it is a little disheartening when you're not growing, when you feel that you're not enough. It reminds me of a little bit of high school, junior high actually, when I walked around all day, everybody is looking at me and I'm thinking I look really good, and there was a kick me sign attached to the back of my back, and I felt so bad, unpopular, etc. And I don't want to feel unpopular. Why would I be unpopular? I'm great. No, I'm just teasing. But yes, I agree with Shelley. We need to evolve according, she mentioned doing a video once a month rather than disappearing completely if our life circumstances dictate that. In other words, there's no way that you feel you can't do a booktube video. It's all, don't disappear. Just do one a month and say, I'm back. Yeah, I feel that Booktube is not easy. It's not for some people. And it doesn't depend on age alone or circumstances. Some people just don't feel comfortable or that comfortable in front of a camera. I don't think I ever had that problem, but sometimes you feel my video is not good enough. Who's going to watch this? And you feel maybe I should just stop doing videos because this is not easy. Well, I felt that way for a while, and then I said, I've overcome so many things. I can do hard things. I can do this if it's hard, if the rewards are worth it. And for me, this is my social life. And a lot of people say, well, this is the only place that I can talk to other people. about books. And for me, that's true. No one in my family reads that much or wants to discuss reading with me. I live in a rural area. I don't have a lot of people that I connect with that read, that I can talk to books about, that gets excited about books like I do. But it's more than that. It's a community. And people always say the community, oh, the community. But I have met people that I never would have, and I don't mean only in person, because I have met 3 booktubers in person. One Kim from an oasis of book. Actually, her daughter lives in my town, which is very unusual. And then I went to Europe last year, and where I got ill, and I think all my medical problems and started happening, and that kind of led into my anxiety. But I met Jack from Spread Book Joy, and the year before that I met Lindy in Canada. And I so much want to keep on communicating with new people on video, on this platform, but also I want to keep on traveling as much as I can and meet new people that I meet here, and also have people come to me and meet me. You're all welcome. But Booktube, people that say Booktube is easy, it's not easy for everyone. And the people that don't disappear completely, I think they need Booktube more than Booktube needs them. And that's me. I need you guys. The people that watch me, other Booktubers, subscribers, are the best people that I've ever met in my life, in real life. Because sometimes when you're young, you meet people that aren't high quality people. You don't have the judgment that you have as an older person who maybe has done a lot of reading and learns to discern as you read. Because I've been reading a lot of translated fiction, and as a person who, travel was always my number one thing. I lived in Japan. I was dancing in Spain at 23. Travel was my passion. Books were my passion too. Music was my passion, but books were always there right on top. And now that I don't have the dancing anymore, and I don't have, or maybe I won't have the traveling, especially since the money is pretty much gone, even though my son works for Delta. I don't know if I should have said that, but anyway, he works for Delta, and I can hop on a plane and go anywhere. But it's not that simple, because it's not only plane fare, it's money in general. And money, I'm on a fixed income, and money is pretty tight. So I'm not going to quit, because I think, as Shelley said, I can evolve. And if I don't show that many books, or don't put a book up, a cover up, because that might be too much for my partner to spend time on, or I don't edit as much, or he doesn't edit as much, I can still do Booktube, because I think I have a lot to say. I'm a talker. I'm a big talker. And also, I want to also do other things with the time that I have left, because as Jack said, time is, how do you say finite? I think you say finite. We don't have all the time in the world. And as you get older, I have a 57-year-old daughter who's beginning to understand that. I also have a 47-year-old daughter. Now I have a 58-year-old daughter and a 47-year-old daughter, and they're beginning to deal with just the aging process. And I've been through that already. I'm at the age where you're not thinking about aging, you're there already, and you're thinking of how much more do I want to accomplish in this life. And I want to continue Booktube as long as I can, as long as people still watch me. And I hope that, I do hope that I get a few more subscribers. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because when you do have that 4,000 watch hours, I think you're able to do, YouTube lets you do more stuff. It lets you be more creative, and that's, I always was a creative person. I was writing, dancing, and all the creative things. Not the crafting and the planting. I have to say that I'm not good with plants like a lot of booktubers are. And we're sort of introverted extroverts, I think. A lot of people that are on Booktube are like me. And I love that. I love that. So to sum everything up, no, I'm not going to make a lot of money on Booktube. I'm never going to make money on, maybe never going to make any money on Booktube. And I don't have as much mental energy as I used to. So I want the videos that I do to have meaning for people who are out there watching. I don't want to do a video just because it's a certain month, or it's the beginning of the month or the end of a month and I need to do a wrap-up, even though wrap-ups are said to do really well. But I don't want to talk about that book right now. I'm still mulling it over. And just to let you know, I have been reading. I have been reading a lot of comfort books, comforting to me. Some of them weren't as comforting as I thought. They started out comforting and then they got kind of scary. But I am not going to disappear from Booktube as long as it's humanly possible. And I hope that if you like my videos, you will press the like button, subscribe, press the bell, do all the things so that I will feel that, I don't know, that I'm somewhat appreciated for being a booktuber for 5 years. And you know, when I first started, there weren't many older women doing Booktube, and I was very fortunate that before I even started my channel, I had 100 subscribers because of just watching so much Booktube and saying that I might start a channel. And then Claudia from Spinster's Library had me on as a guest, and she's a big Booktuber, and I gained a lot of subscribers because of that. I don't know if they're still there. And I think that Shelley mentioned that if people, or as Jack mentioned, that if people don't subscribe but don't watch your videos, then the algorithm doesn't like that. I don't know. Algorithm, schmalgorithm. I could look at my YouTube studio a little more. But anyway, I hope that all this blabbering made a little sense to you. Thank you for all the good wishes that I've had for my recent illness, I guess you can call it. I'm still not 100%, and I don't know how often I'm going to make videos. I am going to try to do once a week videos, but there's no way I'm going to make 2 to 3 videos a week, at least not right now. So thank you so much for watching. If you've watched till the end, I really do appreciate that. And I will see you soon in a new video, hopefully with books, because I am reading. And until then, from beautiful Hawaii, I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and aloha oi.